Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, it's the end of an era on Grey's Anatomy. Yes, it's still on. As Meredith says goodbye to Seattle. Then, Jennifer Aniston is opening up about some very personal struggles in a new interview that's making headlines. Plus, she's showing us the 50s are fabulous. And they were actors on the original Star Wars trilogy.
Feeling all right, sir? Just like new, Dak. How about you?
And they're in studio before they head to Twin Cities Con. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Jason Show. Hi. Hello. Thank you for being here. Happy Friday, or whatever day you're watching this on YouTube. We have a full house today. Full house. Keep that love going for my friend, Kendall Mark, everybody. Good morning, dear friend.
Hello.
Wow. These people today. They're riled up.
They're spicy today.
Riled up.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I know.
Do your hands hurt?
They're really good today.
They
It's a
are.
really good audience. I mean, I'm telling you, we may have to give them something or something. I mean, yeah.
Chef's like, what?
I know. I don't know what. I'll look under the desk.
We
I'll
have
find
free
something.
stuff somewhere.
We have free stuff somewhere. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm happy it's Friday. Happy Friday.
Yeah, our audience, aren't we happy it's Friday? It is, yeah. Goodness gracious, the election and the weather's turned here in the Twin Cities and Twitter's a mess. Oh, God, Twitter's a mess.
Elon.
Oh, my God. I was looking yesterday, and, now anybody with $8 can get the little verification thing. You just, go have a little bake sale and you can get verified. Now, originally, the verification thing, this is why it's not a class issue. The reason, I don't know if you know this, they started that back in the day because of a lawsuit. Somebody acted like somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but somebody was impersonating somebody, said some inflammatory things, and the person got sued. So that's why they created the verification system to prove that if you see a Jason Matheson with a little check mark, you know that it's actually me and not some Yahoo.
Right.
It's not some Yahoo in a note, But now it is the Wild West because now there are fake accounts. People are buying accounts, acting like sports stars, and announcing that they're leaving their teams. Yeah. There's like inflammatory stuff. People are acting like stars and saying horrific things.
Twitter's gonna get sued.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. And then Elon, little
Mr. Musk.
Little Lord Farquaad is he had an all Twitter meeting, like on Zoom, like the entire Twitter. Everyone had to go to this meeting. And somebody asked, basically, how are you gonna control this? And Elon said, and this is almost an exact quote, "We all need to be more hardcore." I don't know how being more hardcore is gonna fix this, but anyway. Hardcore, I don't know, yeah. So it's just a mess. So my point in all this is, I'm happy you're here, and I'm happy you're here. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. And most important thing about today, happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
My dad, I don't often speak about my father. He passed in 2003. When I mention him, we weren't really close, but my goodness, my dad was in the Air Force, and my stepfather, the Cappy, was in the Marines and Navy. And so thanks to the women and men of the Army. Thank you, veterans. Thank you for all that you've done for our country. We appreciate it. You ready?
I'm I'm ready.
Okay, let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Well, the end of an era for one of Primetime's longest-running shows is near. You okay, Aaron? Okay.
She's not okay.
The end is near, Aaron. It's been on since George W. was in the office. Yeah. I'm talking about Grey's Anatomy. We now know when. Yeah, really? Oh, yeah. It did start when George W. was president. 04.
That wasn't even a joke. It was
anyway,
real.
It wasn't even a joke. Yeah. We now know when Ellen Pompeo will leave Grey's Anatomy as a full-time cast member. So we're going to look. Yeah, I know. So it'll just be Anatomy after that. Yeah, it'll just be. Anyway, ABC. Yeah, hey-o.
Have fun.
We're not that kind of show. Anyway, ABC released a trailer. Let's look at it.
I don't want to put you through any kind of rebound.
I could be down for a rebound.
Like a shooting star
Big last day.
across the moon.
Has been a lot of fire, moving.
Step into the invisible light. Yeah, I know we can fly.
This is very thoughtful and ridiculous.
For God's sakes, Gray, will you just let us toast you?
Step into the invisible light.
Okay, so here's what we know. So her exit as a full-time cast member will air on February 23rd. She's still going to remain an executive producer. She's still going to narrate the rest of the season. And in her contract, she has to be there for so many episodes. She has one more that she has to do. So she'll pop up somehow. I don't know. She'll come to a party or something. She'll probably come back for the season finale. And listen to this. Grey's is in its 19th season. 19th. Yeah. We've been on for anyway. But
a long time.
I can't make fun of long-running shows. The shows that I find beloved were on for a long time. And hey, you got to give credit where credit's due, especially when network TV is. People are still watching Grey's, and it still gets headlines. It's still, it generates interest, I should say.
How do you not do a show with the person whose name is in the title of the show, though? Like, doesn't that just spell the end is near, people?
Yeah, because not the last time, but the most famous example is Laverne and Shirley. The last season of Laverne and Shirley was just Laverne.
It's like just Anatomy,
yeah.
like you said. I mean,
I'm not joking. Schlemiel Schlemazel. They did. Cindy Williams got pregnant. This was back in the day before, Cindy Williams, Shirley got pregnant.
she's gonna have a little baby.
And ABC refused to shoot around it and refused to have a nursery or anything to accommodate Cindy Williams, so she left.
That's
so the
right.
Google this, you go to YouTube, the last season of Laverne and Shirley, they have the famous opening credits where they're Shamia and they're going down. It's just freaking Laverne with kids. It's Laverne skipping with children, doing the Schlemiel Schlemazel. And I'm like, why did you even come back? Anyway, next on the dish, Netflix and Chris Rock are teaming up for a major comedy special. Why is this news? Well, because it's different. Listen, Netflix announced that Chris will become the first artist ever to perform live on a streaming platform. So the special is going to stream globally, live, sometime next year. Chris worked with Netflix back in 2018 for a stand-up special, pre-taped and all that. We don't know how much Netflix is shelling out for this because Chris is one of those on that list of comedians that makes, earns a big paycheck from Netflix, as he should. Chris brings in the streams.
Do you think this is when he'll talk about it?
Yes.
I'm kind of curious if
do.
this is when he talks about it.
Talks
This
about
is
the
when
slap.
he makes that money off of that.
Well, and this is, Netflix. If you go to don't go to Netflix now. Please watch the show.
Yeah.
But for the love, I know The Crown is on, which, by the way, really quick.
This won't be really quick. We might
no.
as well kill the last story. This won't be really quick. You love The Crown. You're going to talk about it.
Girl, I've been nice all day. I'm telling you. But she's right. Go ahead and kill the next story, Ted. Just go ahead and kill it. Okay, it's out of the teleprompter. I'll give more on Monday, but the new season of The Crown dropped.
And?
I watched 4 episodes.
You stream that much?
I have no life. Anyway, and we stream, and Colin's injured, so we're at home. I'm still Nurse Betty. But anyway, I have problems with the casting. I do too. The dude that plays Prince Charles, it's weird. And I like Imelda Stanton. I like Imelda in Harry Potter. I like her in Downton Abbey. I don't like her Queen Elizabeth. And the woman that plays Diana, I feel like it's an SNL skit. And there's a scene in it.
That's like the whole cast.
There's a scene in it where Andrew, remember the Fergie scandal where Fergie was caught getting her toes sucked on? Yeah, okay, on a yacht. You're young, you don't remember it. There's a scene where Andrew is telling the Queen about that it's going to be in the press.
Toe-sucking scandal?
I know, and he goes, no. And I laughed out loud, which you're not supposed to do at the Crown, because Andrew goes like this, Mommy, Fergie was sucking on some toes. And I thought, no. But please watch it for yourself and let me know what you think. Lots more to come. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. You know, one of the good things about coming to see the show is, you know, I tell stories that I can't say on TV. You get to see what happens during the commercials. Like in that last commercial break, Kendall Googled Fergie toe sucking. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's
the images, girl.
Yeah.
That is.
You were very young. That was like 91, 92.
I think if I would have saw the image at that time, I would have been like, what is he doing, Mommy?
Yeah, she probably wouldn't have told you. Welcome back. Christina Ricci is making the rounds because she's in the new Netflix Addams Family series, Wednesday, and you all know she was Wednesday in the Addams Family movies back in the 90s. Well, Christina visited Andy Cohen last night and talked about, she's a Real Housewives fan, and her appearance was pretty funny. It's our late night rewind.
Whose story do you believe, Rinna or Kathy's?
I believe Rinna.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how shocked are you that Erica revealed on this show that she thinks the next couple headed for divorce is PK and Doreen?
Not as shocked as I was when the husbands revealed which wives they'd sleep with on camera.
That was, yes!
So, I mean,
we didn't
honestly,
talk about that enough.
In the terms of what's more shocking?
Yes!
Not so shocking.
Do you agree with Kathy that Lisa Rinna is the biggest bully in Hollywood?
I really don't know, but I find that hard to believe, given how many bullies there are in Hollywood versus Beverly Hills social scene.
Yes. Were the women too hard on Crystal at the reunion?
I think it's a generation gap problem.
What are your thoughts on wearing the cat sweater on the first date?
I dress like a little boy, and if people don't love me, even with my little boy clothes on, then they can go f themselves.
She cracked. I love her. I mean, I adore Christina Ricci. She's really good in Yellow Jackets. If you haven't, oh, it's so good on Showtime. It's time for a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Audience, give it up for my buddy Jacob Wasserman from TMZ. Hi, Jacob.
What's up? How's it going?
So Giselle has moved out, but she's not too far away, right, Jacob? Not too far away.
Not too far away at all, strategically not too far away. So she just bought an $11.5 million mansion just across the creek on the same island that Tom Brady lives on. And we're told, yeah, you could see it right here, very close. And we're told that the reason why she purchased this property is to co-parent with Tom Brady, just to make the, I don't know if you would call this a drive or a paddle easy for the kids. But the point is that they're going to be very close to one another. And of course, Giselle's home is beautiful, has a movie theater, game room, all that good stuff. So hey, I think the kids are going to be happy, and it's a good step forward to see that Tom and Giselle, despite being separated, they might do this co-parenting thing all right.
Jacob, is that a creek? I don't know. I'm from Indiana, and creeks in Indiana are very different from what you just showed there.
You know what? Okay, I haven't been around too many creeks in my life. In our story, it says creek, so I had to just go off that.
Jacob, I'll DM you and I'll send you a picture of a real crick. Okay, I'll send you. I love it. Everyone here is like, that's a really fancy creek. Yeah. Next, a controversial host on SNL this weekend. Give us the latest on this.
So Dave Chappelle is set to be this week's host on Saturday Night Live, and it reportedly has some of the cast members and some of the writers pretty upset. Of course, you know that Dave Chappelle last year came out with this Netflix special called The Closer, very controversial. He was labeled as transphobic, and in light of that, one outlet is reporting that some of the people over at SNL are very unhappy about this and are boycotting. So this inspired one comedian, Matt Rife. Yesterday was outside 30 Rockefeller Center in New York where they film SNL, and he was holding a sign saying, hey, I will take your job if you don't want it. Like, I'm happy to take the one-day contract to work for Saturday Night Live. And the way he views it is Dave Chappelle's one of the best comedians of all time. He just is there to tell jokes, and Matt's there to write them if needed.
Jacob, you know who's really happy about all of this, the publicity, is Lorne Michaels, because you know just us talking about this, it's going to breed curiosity and it's going to pump the ratings for that show, no matter how you feel about Dave.
I think that's exactly right. And I saw that the ratings have dipped this season. And of course, so many of the huge cast members that we all loved left this season for one reason or another. So they have to bring in some spicy guests to make sure that ratings go back up. I think Dave Chappelle's that guy.
Absolutely. Have a good weekend, my friend. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
For more of these stories, go to TMZ.com. Yeah, it's going to... I know a thing or two. I bet the ratings, when we're on the air on Monday, the ratings will pop from the week before. And probably a season high, just because of this.
Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, we should say too, I don't know if Jacob said it, Dave is denying this. Like, he's saying no one is walking out, the writers aren't, but we'll see. Next in the dish. Did y'all see the cover of Jennifer Aniston that's all over social media? Yeah. She's on Allure. I know. For me, she's giving me hope for the 50s. Anyway, she's opening up to Allure magazine about a lot of things, but what's really getting headlines, other than how amazing she looks, is that she's opening up about her struggles to get pregnant. She says in her 30s and 40s, she went through IVF, drinking Chinese teas, literally doing anything she could to get pregnant. She says she wished someone would have told her back then to freeze her eggs, but now she says she has no regrets and has closure on it because there's, she's like, I can't do anything right now. I can't do anything about it. She had speculated her divorce from Justin Theroux was because he wanted kids and she didn't. And she said that's not true. And if I read it correctly as well, she wanted to put those rumors to rest about Brad Pitt, too. She said she was dragged through the mud on that breakup, too. Which is like, that's gross. Don't pick on that aspect of a relationship. That's not, because it's very hard.
It is. I know we talked about this before the show, too. Just the fact that she's talking about fertility struggles is huge. For one, I haven't talked about it openly, but I had a miscarriage in June. Sorry, I didn't know this would be something hard to talk about. But it was hard, and I still clearly am dealing with it. But I think women, specifically.
I got you.
Thanks.
You're here.
Asking about it and talking about it all the time is difficult. I get asked all the time, Kendall, when is the Jason show gonna have a baby? And I'm like, I don't even know you, but thank you very much for reminding me and splashing it in my face that I can't.
Yeah.
And so I think the more that people this is why I don't ever talk about my personal life. I'm terrible at it. But
you're doing great.
I think the more that we talk about it, the easier it is.
It takes
in general for everyone. Like, it's hard.
Yeah. And you know what it does, sweetie? No. You know what it does? You know what it does for situations like you just described? It also is an education for folks that may not mean anything.
No,
but talking about it, people learn, okay, there's a boundary right there. Maybe I shouldn't ask, even if I have the best intentions.
Right.
It removes the stigma the more people talk about it. That's why I know people always go with celebrities, we don't care. Just,
whatever.
Just act, just sing.
Right.
No, it's important when people step out, when they have a good platform, when they say stuff like this. It does impact because it makes it easier for normal folks to just talk about it in their normal lives.
Right, and I'm so appreciative that everybody here was super supportive when it was happening. I told all of you I took a week off because I was still just clearly I'm still dealing with it. But the fact that as a woman, when you go through something like this, you think, God, this is something that's supposed to just be so easy. And I can't do it, and my body isn't doing it. And everybody else seems to be able to do it so easily. So talking about it in that way, but also to your point too, her saying like, hey, stop blaming me as a woman who's tried to do this. Even if I didn't want babies, that's none of your business, really. Like any of you, no matter how much you think you know me. So I think just as women, like sisters, let's just maybe stop asking about this and talk about it, you know? But
can I?
Sorry, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm done crying. I swear.
Can I make you laugh now?
Yes, good.
This is the most we've held hands ever.
This is like when I saw you. Okay, I saw Jason right after it had happened, and you knew. I was at Target with my husband. He got me a kiddie pool to put my feet in because it was hot out, and I was very emotional. We ran into Jason and his husband.
Okay, stop though. Let me say, because I don't want people to take my role.
Yes.
Yeah, my mother said this about me years ago. My role, Ted, good luck trying to get any other stories in. But anyway, my role, my mom said this to me, is I'm the one that takes the air out of the balloon to make people laugh. If there's a stressful situation or a sad situation, even if it's inappropriate, I'm there to make you laugh, to snap you out of it.
Yes.
So yeah.
So we saw him, and it was right after I'd sort of told everybody what I was going through. And anyway, it was in the middle of summer, so we were looking at Target, and I looked a mess, y'all. Like, I looked real bad. And we see Jason, and I just he's like, hey, and I'm just a puddle mess. And he goes, do you want me to make you laugh? And I was like, yes. And he's like, before you come back, put on some makeup, okay? And I started laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard. I was like, my whole body hurts really bad, and you can stop making me laugh.
You're right there. I go, ooh, you're looking a little rough.
A little rough, honey.
It made her laugh
Just get
right
some
there.
makeup back on. I was like, okay. And then it was, take all the time you need, blah, blah, blah. But it was pretty funny.
You did great.
Thanks.
You did great. You did great. Girl, put some makeup on before you come back. Yeah. It's time to meet today's JVIP. Today, it's Elizabeth Ginther. Hi, Elizabeth from Laconia. She says she has to tell her boyfriend not to talk while watching our show. Elizabeth says the show is the highlight of her morning. Thank you, Elizabeth. She gets a Jason Show mug. She's also entered to win our monthly grand prize. What is that, you ask? Well, you get to come to the studio to watch the show. You get a $150 accessories gift card to Becker Furniture World. We love Becker. They gave us that shelf over there. And a $200 gift card from our friends at Woodhouse Spa. Okay, we have a really good show. We have some special guests. We're going to play some games with the audience. Much more when we return. Back after this. Coming up in just a little bit. They are a part of movie history. Actors from the original Star Wars trilogy are live in our studio to give us the dish on shooting those classics and why they're here in the Twin Cities. That and more when we come back. Welcome back. Well. If you watch the show over the 8 years, you know there's a couple things in pop culture I love a lot. The show Dallas, and I love Star Wars more than anything in the galaxy, yeah. And today we have two guests who have a special connection to the franchise. Give it up for John Morton and Dirk Johan Beer, everyone.
You want to correct that?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They put that in there.
That's my legal name.
That's your, okay, so you want me to call you Dickie? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, they were going to hit me with the legal name, too.
I hit you with the,
yeah.
Our producer, Ted, is very legal.
Okay.
He is very literate. Okay. John, let me start with you. Tell the folks who you played in Empire and in the Star Wars universe.
Well, I was Luke Skywalker's co-pilot, Dak. And so...
Yeah.
My career went very flat. if anybody knows, it went down with the AT-AT. But I survived and resurrected as Boba Fett in Bespin in the scenes. So I'm the guy that got to tell Darth Vader he's no good to me dead.
That was you?
That was me.
Dickie, how about you? Tell the folks.
Well, it's a bit longer than this one.
Go for it. Go for it, man.
I played like 6 different characters in Return of the Jedi, but I was only supposed to be 4. So I was only supposed to be a stormtrooper, a biker scout, a rebel soldier, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, Barada, which was one of the characters.
Yeah, you're looking right here. This is one of the scenes that Dickie was in here. John, let me ask you, did you know, and I've interviewed several actors over the years from the Star Wars universe. Did you have any idea on the set, let's just take Empire, obviously. Did you have any, now obviously Star Wars had come out, it was a phenomenon. Could you feel how big the production was when you were on set? I mean, you knew that you were part of something quite grand.
Yeah, I think because Empire had so much money thrown at it and there was so much attention.
So much more than the original.
Yeah. You knew it was going to be with us for a long time. Nothing, of course, like this. But I mean, here we are. What's the year? I mean, it's
2022.
Yeah, we're in a different millennium, right?
Yeah.
And Star Wars is still with us. But Mark Hamill always did say that George's original conception was 9, episodes of this, this
space
legend.
Opera. Yeah.
Space opera, exactly. Not science fiction. We knew it was going to be around for a long time, but obviously had no conception that it was going to be this way.
And a version of the question for you, Dickie, you're there in Return, which even though the vision was 9, that was kind of it. I mean, everyone, did you feel the feeling of finality? Was that feeling on set that that this was it? It was like a year, a senior class going away to college.
To me, no. Totally not. It was just another job for me, another movie I did, and it's actually worse than that. Up until about 12 years ago, my daughter came home from school and she told me, "Daddy, you're famous." And I go like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes like, "Well, there's a kid in school and he has a book about Star Wars and you're in it as one of the people who played Boba Fett." And I said, "Who's Boba Fett?" And then she showed me the picture and I went, "Oh yeah, I remember putting that costume on, but I played 5 more characters in the same movie." And she said, no, this is the one that makes you famous." And I went like, "Okay."
Yeah, this one, if you're not a Star Wars nerd like me, that character is Boba Fett that made you. So it was fairly recently that you realized who you were.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
John, did you ever, another version of this question, can you believe that role you shot at what, 78?
You're talking about Boba Fett?
I'm talking about Empire.
Uh-huh.
Shot at what, 78?
79.
79.
Yeah.
A movie that you shot in 79 would spawn another career going to these cons. Could you ever imagine that back then?
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I started doing it in 97, coming to the conventions. And I had no idea this Star Wars fandom was so ubiquitous worldwide, millions, if not billions of people. I mean, it's extraordinary.
Are you recognized out and about? I mean...
No.
Okay. So you can go...
That's a positive because you can walk around like we all walk around and everything's cool. You're not going to get hassled, but anywhere near a convention or a Star Wars celebration, hey, that's Dak. Oh, look, that's Dak and his family. Actually, I mean, it's,
Is it? Well,
so you get a taste of it, right? It's good.
Dickie, it's like your daughter. Is it weird to you that fans like me, I mean, I know, is it weird that fans know more about your job than you did?
No, because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
when I did my first con,
which was when? When was
which was in Dallas. I was just told it was around about 2010, somewhere around there. Yeah. 2010, 2011, and when I did the first one, actually, how I became, how I got the first one was through a stunt guy. I was actually working, doing a movie in New Mexico, and one of the stunt guys that was working for me, he had a comic book store. And I told him the story about my daughter coming home telling me that I was famous. So then he said, you should go and do these Comic Cons. And then I said, and then what? He said, you will enjoy it and you will make some money as well. And I went like, okay, in that case, you set it up for me, tell me what I have to do, and then you take 10% of what I make. And he said, okay, deal. So 3 months later, he put me up in a Comic Con in Dallas. And I walked in, and there's a table, all the pictures are laid out, and I sat behind the table, and I went like, who are all these characters? And he went like, this is one you played, that's one you played, and that's one. Oh yes, I remember. So I'm behind the table, and he's sitting next to me, and then I said like, what's happening now? He said, wait until the door opens. And then the door opens, and there's all these people come to my table, and I'm sitting there, and I go like, I don't know what to say or what to tell them, and they had all these questions. And then Jim, who was the guy who got me there, he was telling all the stories about what I was doing and what the character was, and I went like, this is interesting, and I'm sitting there signing, and slowly I started to remember what I actually did on that movie. And now I have stories all over the place. You know, like, it's just insane.
I love it. We have more with Dickie and John when we come back. Stay with us, everybody. Oh, God. Welcome back. We're back with John and Dickie. Question for both of you, because look, our audience, we're not going to do this. I mean, how does one? Do you have to audition to get these roles? Did you have to audition for these?
No, I was visiting a friend. I was visiting a friend in Elstree Studios in England, and we're sitting at the bar, and this guy walks in, and I get introduced to him, and his name was Peter Diamond. And Peter Diamond was a stunt coordinator on the Star Wars movies. And he said to me, are you working? And I said, no. He said, do you want to work? I said, yes. And he said, okay, go to building so-and-so and get fitted. And they put me in a stormtrooper outfit and a rebel soldier. And that was it. That's how I got on the movie.
What? That was, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to work? Yes. Okay, go over there. That was it.
Yeah.
That is a hell of a.
And that day I was working.
You were in a stormtrooper outfit.
Yeah, stormtrooper in the studio and a rebel soldier. You know, like because the main characters were also rebel soldiers.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah.
Well, in my case, it was a little more pedestrian. You know, my agent put me up for it. I met with the casting director. She said, "Okay, John, we like you. We may get back to you. Thanks for coming in." And about 2 weeks later, the agent gets a call, and they said, we want him for Star Wars to play a rebel pilot, and so that's how it was just a contracted job. Interviews.
Yeah.
For under 5 roles, you don't necessarily have to do, auditions or things like that. They interview you with the casting director, and she or he makes the decision.
I want to give you, Dickie, the last word. You said you have, now I want people to go see ya and get your autograph and pay. Give me your favorite. We have a minute and a half. Give me your best behind the scenes. Give me your best minute and a half story, a little behind the scenes nugget. Or
can I serve him up?
Yeah.
It's when Dickie gets the kiss of life as the Gamorrean guard.
Go.
Okay. So I was doing the Gamorrean guard on the barge deck, and Mark Hamill comes in and he knocks me out, and then he rescues Princess Leia, and they swing away from the barge. Well, I walked in, take one. Mark Hamill comes up, knocks me out. I'm on the floor, and because I have extended arms and I couldn't get up myself, I needed 3 guys to pick me up and put me back on my feet again. So we do take 2. He knocks me out. I'm on the floor, and they cut. The guys come in, pick me up, and we do take three. Take three, they come in, knock me on the floor, I'm down, and they call cut, and then they call lunch. And everybody on a film set takes off and goes for lunch because they want to be at the kitchen because they don't want to stand in line. Everybody took off, including the three guys that were supposed to pick me up.
They left you on the ground?
They left me on the ground. They left me on the ground. So here I am. I can't get the head off, and the mouth was about there. It's 120, no shade, and I'm on the ground. And next thing I don't know is I passed out. So I'm done. And the next thing I do know is the head is off, and I wake up, and Princess Leia is slapping me in the face.
Best story ever to end an interview. Give it up, everybody, for Todd and Dickie. For more stories like this, seriously, I'm coming down this weekend too. Catch them at Twin Cities Con this weekend at the Minneapolis Convention Center. For more information, go to twincitiescon.com. And if you're not here, they're going to be at cons all over the country. So look them up there. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Thank you, my friends. That was great. Well, get ready for a Friday flashback. We're getting in the time machine and going back 30 years to the year I graduated high school. To 1992, when we were all singing along to this song.
Just when I thought a chance had passed, you go and save the best for last.
That's our buddy Vanessa Williams and her hit Save the Best for Last. 1992 is the inspiration for today's game time. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Today's game is all about 1992, featuring things that happened 30 years ago. Playing today to my left, give it up for Kim Barnes, everybody. And keep the love going for Tracy, everybody. Okay. Here we go. Your first question, and buzz in as soon as you know. What used to be at the site of the Mall of America? MSP Airport, the Met Stadium, or TCF Stadium?
Met Stadium.
Met Stadium is right. That's right. Let me see if this is... There we go. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to make sure it was working. Okay. Next up. What was the name, what was the name of the group that sang Jump? No. Oh, no. Okay. Next up, two teenagers had a hit song. This is my first day. I should come to the rehearsal. Yeah. Had teenagers had a hit song 30 years ago. Listen to this.
Chris Cross?
Yes, it is. You said Chris Cross. That's right. Okay. Next, let's go to the movies. A Few Good Men was a big hit in 1992. It featured the famous line, "You can't handle the truth." Who did not star in A Few Good Men? Demi Moore, Kiefer Sutherland, Bruce Willis, or Kevin Bacon? Tracy.
Oh, I want to say Kiefer Sutherland.
No, over to you.
Oh.
Demi Moore or Bruce Willis or Kevin Bacon?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is right. Bruce Willis is right. Okay. Next question. How many websites were available in 1992? 15, 26, 55, or 100? Kim.
I'm going to say 15.
No. 15, or you said 15. 26, 55, or 100?
55.
No. It is 26.
Oh.
26. Yeah, I know. Okay, next, back to the movies for the next question. Who played Batman in the 1992 sequel, Batman Returns? Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, George Clooney, or Jim Carrey? Yes.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton is right. Yes. The others didn't take over the role until the next movies. Next, a music question. A country star had his first big hit with this song. Don't tell my heart, my aching, breaking heart. I just don't think you'd understand. Who sings it? Kim.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus is it, yeah. And eagle-eyed viewers would have seen that on the graphic. Yeah, okay. Yeah, on the Super it did. Next. Pepsi tried a new clear soda in 1992. What was it called? Pepsi Clear, Crystal Pepsi, Pepsi Silver, or Pepsi Free? Tracy.
Crystal Pepsi?
You are right, Crystal Pepsi. It was disgusting. It was vile. It was absolutely vile. Here's the next question. People who smoked got a new tool to quit in 1992. What was it? Nicotine gum, patch, or e-cigarettes? Kim.
Nicotine patch?
You are right. It is the nicotine patch.
Yeah, that's the longest lasting. I did it. Yeah.
Kim's like, okay. Time for another music question. This band was huge in 1992 thanks to this song. Don't look it. Okay, what was the name of that band?
Oh.
Don't all buzz in at once. Take a guess, Tracy. I see you hovering.
Can't do it.
Okay, time's up. Color Me Bad.
Yeah. I wanted to say
It's so good. It's so good. That song was so good. Anyway, next up. What European city hosted the 1992 Summer Olympics? Rome, Barcelona, Lisbon, or Athens? Kim.
Rome.
Rome is wrong. Is it Barcelona, Lisbon, or Athens?
Athens.
Athens is also wrong.
Oh,
it is Barcelona. Barcelona. Or as my friend Lisa says, Barcelona. There we go. But now look, the game's over. There are no losers. They both get the coveted Jason Show mug being delivered right now by Aaron Schwannery. There we go. We're going to take a break. We're wrapping things up for the week when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. I'll put some cocktail in there for you. Thank you, guys. Welcome back. It's hard to believe, but only 1 week to go until our live huge show happening at Rosedale Center next Friday. We're kicking off the holiday season with 40 VIP viewers and a guest who will, they get a guest, who will get the VIP experience that morning. They get special seating, coffee, treats, a Jason Show mug, a VIP gift bag, and more. Now, if you were not picked, don't worry, you can still come to see the show for free. There's the map right there. It will be standing room only. You can enter Rosedale Center at door B, or as I say, the door by Von Mar. Even if you can't come to the show, don't worry. We'll be picking 9 at-home audience members. Details will be released on the day of the show. We have some good prizes, let me tell you. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, you know how this works. I don't know what's in this segment until I read it. It's time for the surprise goodbye. Roll it, Leo. Make room at the Toy Hall of Fame. 3 classic toys are entering the hall, including one of my favorites, Masters of the Universe toys. Also joining He-Man and Skeletor is the Light Bright toy. I can't believe that wasn't,
Oh, I love the Light Bright.
How could that not have been in there already? And the spinning top. Those 3 were picked from a group of 12 finalists.
Here you go.
And here's my He-Man right here, actually, yeah.
You notice how Jeff threw it to me
I
and
know,
not to you?
I can't catch things. Monday on the show, Heather Fox will join us to talk about the latest in the housing market and sprucing up your home for the holidays. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good weekend. See you back tomorrow or Monday or whenever.